We are live from the sold out Gadget Cast Arena in Gadget Cast Nation.
Oops, I had you on.
Let's get ready to stumble.
Yeah.
What is going on? What is going on? Oh, I forgot to put my Gadget Cast hat on. My cool Gadget Cast hat. Because I like this one. Plus, I look dope in it. I look dope AF. Doom, 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 doom. I need to put my Gadget Cast shirt on, but I didn't do it. Doom, 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 doom. Do 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 do.
You look good with that Gadget Cast hat.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we live.
Yeah, we live. Yeah, we live.
I mean, you look awful with that Gadget Cast.
Yeah, truth.
Where is President Greg?
Yes, where indeed. Where is President Garg?
Oh, I think I covered that like last episode. So tune in to last episode to find out what happened to President Greg.
President Garg.
Only President Greg is only summoned when need be, and I'm pretty sure the Kanye West campaign has spiraled into nothingness. So
well, it's spiraled, all right.
Yeah, he like pretended to come back, but then he got into like a huge fight with like his family. So
yeah, not good. Not good for yay. Yeah. Not really. We didn't really change. I just altered it a little bit. Like I can make it obnoxious. I was looking at it earlier. Like, let's make it obnoxious. Gah! On brand. On brand. Eat the Gadget Cast. That's a lot of Gadget Cast right there. It's a lot.
Where is everyone?
I don't know. I don't remember what our regular numbers are for these anymore. What is our regular numbers? Like 50 or something?
Higher than 13.
Well, it's 20 all told because like on our Twitter.
Usually like at least 80 a stream at this point.
Yeah. What's going on with that? Where is everybody?
What happened? What did everyone forget his Gadget Cast time?
Probably.
Let me tweet. Let me flex the Twitter muscle.
Dude, I don't want to be president. Trust me when I tell you. I want nothing to do with it.
Really?
No thanks. I don't want anything. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to do this anymore. Poop. Soon. I don't know. Keep saying soon. Soon. I thought it was last week, but maybe this week. We'll see. Perhaps this week. Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, we've been in contact with him, but I don't think we've ever actually just straight up asked him, when are you coming back? I don't think we have. Pretty sure we haven't. Yeah, I guess what'll happen is when we start the actual podcast, everyone comes. Just like people seem to know, soon as we have it, it's like,
well, for the dedicated people that are here before cast, I'm going to drop a hot exclusive for you. I'm going to reveal something that you've always wanted to know.
That sounds amazing. I can't wait to hear what that is.
Reveal.
I don't know.
I'm going to reveal my age.
Wow.
Let's do it.
Why would you do that?
Let's do it.
I don't even understand why.
13. Hey now.
Hey now. There you go.
13.
Oy vey.
Hey, this is Howard. How you doing, Trav?
All right. Well, so you have your multicast, multi-stream ready to go?
Nope, but I'll never have to change it again.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
Because before I used to record my audio through the Procaster for my videos, and I would switch it to the other file because, oh my gosh. But now I can do it directly in my camera. Ooh, I did a really quick test, like a 2-minute video test with like the talking. Sounds good. Sounds good, that adapter. Sounds good. I was like, whoa, this is good. I was pumped. the everyday dad, Gary did not lead me astray. He was very right. Me and Gary are going to buy our nice cameras on Tuesday. I'm going to get that AS7 III 50, 60,
Is that what it is?
90V. Who's worse at names, Sony or LG? Who's like
Sony's pretty bad.
Sony's pretty bad. I think the only thing that Sony ever named good was Walkman and PlayStation.
Yeah,
I agree. I can't think of anything else after that. They did have Vio, which I guess is better than nothing, but it would still be like the Sony Vio XT 54,000. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, they like numbers. I don't know why.
How do companies not like? How do they not realize it yet? You look at any like really successful product. It has a name: iPod, iPad, iPhone, Walkman, PlayStation, Xbox. How can you release a product in 2020 and call it letters and numbers? What is going on? Call the next Sony camera the Sony Video Master, and people would buy the heck out of it. They'd be like, what? I need the Video Master. And that name I just thought up of is a lame name, but you know what? It's better than AS7 III ZV1.
This might be good content for the podcast too, if you think about it.
Sure, I'll do the same exact.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the record thing? I'm going to take off the aftercast, which means we're going to be ready to go.
Let me just see what I forgot where I put the intro.
I think I am not surprised.
Oh, I didn't respond to 619 WWE fan. I see he's in the chat. He wanted to know if he can come on and talk about, I guess at the end of the show, he wanted to talk about, you know, the thing, the BAP. So, and he said, is it okay to say its name?
Yeah, you can say it. Doesn't matter.
So you can say it, I guess.
Yep, doesn't matter. You can totally say it.
By its name.
All right, you ready?
Name, but you can.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I have something called Gadget Cast 1 on my thing. I think that's it.
What?
Well,
what?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Oh, Lord, Greg.
I'm ready if you are, buddy. I'm ready if you are, buddy.
Oh, no. Okay, here we go. All right, everyone, we're going to do this in 3, 2, 1, record.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
3, 2, 1, 0, 0.
Hello, world, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Gadget Cast. My name is Gregory McFadden, joined always by the man himself, Travis MCP.
Space
travel. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone is enjoying their week. We are back for another episode of Gadget Cast, and man, we have a lot to talk about. It may seem like there's not a lot of news, but there's always a little something we can entertain you with. We definitely have some things to entertain you with. Let me tell you something. I got something that I'm definitely going to share in a little bit.
It is the quiet before the storm, I feel like. We're in like the little lull period, but I think in the next couple of weeks is going to be jam-packed with a ton of stuff to talk about. So the storm is coming. I like, you know, when we made that intro, I see a lot of people are liking that new intro, which we really thank you for that. We're glad you like it. But when we initially, you know, when Travis and I were discussing the intro and stuff like that, we said we would like fade it out before it really got to the space travel part and maybe do that for the end. But I do enjoy space travel. Like I enjoy hearing that so much that I've been just letting it play. But I don't know. Maybe I should fade it sooner because it is kind of long. And then it cuts into Travis, you know.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell us in the chat. Tell us in emails and tweets and everything during the rest of the week. We'd love to hear from you. Is space travel something that you need to be a part of? Actually, interestingly enough, that might be something that people who watch on YouTube will see something for in a week. So just keep your eyes out for that.
We got a pretty nice show. We're going to talk about the Xbox Series X event where they showed off some games. We're going to be talking about Intel dropping the ball on their chips, delaying them again. and AMD's rise. They're continuing. I mean, Ryzen. Let's talk about it. The rise, and some other stuff maybe we'll get to. I don't know. There's some other stuff.
There's actually something I want to get to right off the bat.
There's
something I want to get to right off at the beginning because I think it's.
I think we skipped that.
I think it's important.
Before you get into that, I just want to also mention. Travis and I, before the show started, we were talking. We now have access to memberships. This will be a live stream only benefit. If you're listening to the audio podcast, you really don't have to worry about it. But in the live stream and stuff, we have membership options on our YouTube channel now, and we can do a couple different tiers and stuff like that. We would like to know from you some feedback. If we did explore this membership option, if we're going to do it, we want to actually make it a value for the people watching it. We just don't want money from it. We actually want to give you guys more content. So let us know in either chat or send us an email. It should be in the description. Leave us a voicemail. We have voicemail. I always forget about that. But let us know. What do you think we should do with these membership options? And what kind of exclusive content would you be willing to honestly pay for and stuff like that? So let us know and we'll try and make it happen.
Yeah, we should have those next week available to all of y'all.
There's going to be emotes and stuff too. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for sure. But let us know what you guys want because we want to serve the fans. It's for you guys. So let us know.
Yeah, I mean, we could just put a bunch of garbage out there, but we don't want that. So definitely want to make sure you guys have a part in that. So definitely let us know either by tweeting or emailing us. Emails in the show notes.
People are saying, "Where's the membership link?" It's not live yet because we really want to make it worthwhile. So we're still stewing on it. We just didn't go and rush and enable it like I want it to take all. No. We really want to bring you guys value. So just let us know. Give us feedback. What you'd like to see. We want to try and make it as valuable as valuable as we can. Whether that's, just throwing out ideas there. Maybe like once a month exclusive live stream, Q&As. Maybe like exclusive videos, topics we could discuss, all that sort of stuff. So let us know through those feedback outlets.
So so let's get right into some stuff. I definitely want to talk about the Xbox stuff and all the other stuff. But more importantly than that, ladies and gentlemen, last night, if you are on YouTube, you know about Saturday Night Tech Fights. If you do not know, it is a really cool concept by a young guy, Tech King Mike, where he allows creators of all sizes to come in and do a debate. Last night, the ultimate question came up, and this is a little bit weird. The question was Greg or Travis. It's a versus, so it's Greg or you had to argue Greg versus Travis. Now, here's the funny thing. Greg just happened to be in the battle when that question came up, and I happened to be a judge. So what ended up happening was Greg had to argue either that he was better or I was better, but he made the smart move. He argued that I was the better creator. And I have a little bit of sound footage from that very contest. I just want you to hear part of it. You don't have to hear all of it. If you want to hear the whole thing, you will need to go to Tech King Mike to Saturday Night Tech Fights on YouTube. But let's go ahead and let's hear some of the things that Greg said, which I think he was very accurate in some of this. Let's go ahead and hear some of this.
Travis MCP or Greg's Gadgets? Are you kidding me? Have you ever seen a Travis MCP video? It is one of the most he's one of the most entertaining creators I have ever seen. This guy just exudes personality whenever he's on screen. Also, he makes a lot of good points. He's been right about, if you go back and look at his channel and all the points he's made this year and last year on things about how Apple should make cheaper iPhones and stuff like that. Travis, and how Samsung is dropping the ball by making more expensive iPhones. Travis has been right a surprising amount of times. Also, Greg's Gadgets is boring. He has the most boring content. It's too long. He drolls on. He he has that annoying voice that everyone just can't stand. And, when you go into the Gadget Cast where you can actually see Greg and Travis interact with each other, there are so many more cancel Gregs than there are canceled Travis.
Yes, that's just one part of the incredible fight last night, the tech fight where he had to argue in my defense that I was the better of the two creators. I think y'all going to need to go to the Saturday Night Tech Fights to hear the whole thing. What do you think? Was Greg right? Finally? Has he finally got something right?
I think that footage was doctored. I don't remember participating in any sort of tech fight. And there might, there's a technology called deep fakes out there. And I think I might have just been a victim of the deep fake. So we're going to need someone to analyze that. We're going to send that to Elon Musk and Tim Cook and Jeff Bezos. They're going to verify if that was really me. So I think we're going to, I'll email Tim Cook, I'll email Jeff Bezos, and I will DM Elon Musk. I think that's where he prefers to be contacted. And we'll wait for them to publish the results, independent study. We'll wait for their official word to find out that footage was doctored.
Pretty sure we know it was 100% accurate, ladies and gentlemen. 100% accurate.
Well, I would hate to, I really think we need a third party on this. So Willie Do, was that, what do you think? Was that me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Willie Do, I think I hit the wrong button.
Willie Do coming through, baby.
Willie Do, is that me?
Yeah.
No, wait, Willie Do said yes.
There.
No, Willie D already said yes.
There's a lot of assumptions there.
So slipped. Willie Do slipped a little bit. But no, Saturday Night Tech Fight, again, that was my second time. I will say now I am a 2-time reigning champ of the Battle Royale, which is a first. I think I'm the best fighter. And I should probably say this. We have a big audience who also likes John Prosser. And let me tell you, your buddy Greg here, he drew out John Prosser, and there is going to be a Saturday Night Tech Fight on August 29th, and he said he'll be there. So I drew out Prosser. If you see Prosser make a video anytime soon, it was because of me. I got him out of hiding. So you're welcome. You're welcome.
I mean, it's true. You got the president to wear a mask. You got Kanye to quit, and it looks like you may have got Jern to come out of hiding. Like it is crazy. It is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Greg did also say he's known for wearing a dress. That actually is something that Greg did say. You need to go watch that immediately.
That is true.
For all the nation of the Cancel Greg Nation, please. Need you to go watch that. So anyway, that's for the GadgetCast fans. All right. So now for everyone else who just wants to hear some tech stuff, let's talk about some tech stuff.
Yes. So I think we should start with this because this is a really hot topic going into this week. Kind of start off the week with was this Xbox event. It was kind of like their game showcase. We kind of learned a little bit more about the console early on, and we were kind of waiting for Sony to show off the PlayStation 5, and they were kind of waiting a long time. But when Sony did show off the PlayStation 5, they kind of did it at an event where they were also showing off games. So Xbox announces the console, they give us details, then Sony shows us a game thing, and then at the end of that game showcase, they showed us the PS5. Now, we know a lot about the specs of it, we know a lot about the design. We don't know the price of both of these consoles. So to really talk about this console without knowing the price is kind of a moot point in a way because let's face it, if one of these consoles is like $100 cheaper than the other one, it probably stands a good chance at winning this generation just because a lot of the games are very similar. However, this was a chance for Microsoft to show off what they are doing with their first-party studios for this new Series X. Microsoft supposedly spent a lot of money, and they said they were really committed to building up a strong first-party studio for exclusive games. An exclusive game is basically a game that really only debuts on that console, gives you a reason to purchase it over the PlayStation, over the Nintendo Switch. I think all the games will be on PC, though, so it's not really kind of competing with PC. It's more complementary with that. But in terms of the main consoles, the exclusive games here would be a deciding factor. Now, of course, Microsoft comes out and they show their usual games, right? Halo and Forza, which are big titles. I'm not saying like, oh, you shouldn't be excited for the next Halo. You shouldn't be excited for Forza. There are people who will buy the console just for one of those games alone if you're a big enough fan. But I gotta say, and Travis and I were talking about this, and I know Travis has a lot of thoughts from a different angle on this. But I gotta say, overall, and I joke around on Twitter all the time that PlayStation's better. That's just kind of like my childhood coming through. But really, I'm here to find out which is going to be the best system for the games. And I gotta say, there was nothing else that really grabbed me from Xbox for their exclusive games. Again, after Sony came out with like the new Spider-Man game and all these other interesting looking games, I was really expecting like Microsoft to go like, all right, you think that's good? Well, look at this. And it's kind of like Halo's cool, but it's like the same game from 20 years ago. Forza's cool. It's kind of the same game from however long ago. And I was really hoping to see some sort of new IP, especially, Travis and I have been talking about like PlayStation 4 games recently. And even at the end of the console's lifespan, the PS4 is going to be, replaced in a few months here. And at the end of the console lifespan, you have games like the Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out, Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, a lot of really great games where for this generation, I can't think of any really groundbreaking exclusives that Xbox released this year. So what did you think overall about this event? I was pretty disappointed, Travis.
I didn't get to watch it live. I got to watch some stuff after the fact, but there were a couple titles I thought was kind of interesting. And there's an overall arching kind of point, I think, to what they did. So first of all, I believe they only showed 5 of the 15 companies that are going to be making games that are first party. So this is just a small slither. Now, let's be clear. Halo is a big seller, so we can go past that. Fable's a great game. Forza is basically the same as Gran Turismo, so those kind of knock each other off. Then you see some pretty cool stuff. Like one of the ones that I thought was really interesting was Tell Me Why. That's by the people who do Life is Strange. And that Life is Strange, if you played those are amazing games. Crossfire is looking pretty good. Dragon Quest, if you're into that sort of thing, is pretty dope. Medium looked really dope to me. There's a lot. There's some pretty cool games. Now, the thing about it is number one, the vast majority of the games are going to be on both systems. There are some exclusives, some that are only on PlayStation, some are only on Xbox. But for the most part, all the really, really, really big games are on both. Having said that, the one thing that was really compelling about this was that all of those games that they showed were on Game Pass. And to me, that's what kicked it over, because it wasn't so much like I need to like all of these games for me to want to buy it. It shows a commitment to Game Pass, which is kind of exciting. And B, like so many games for like $15 a month if you do it monthly, or many discounts you can get online where it's much less than that. It actually became super exciting for me in that case. Now, I'm probably not going to buy either system only because I just don't have a lot of time. I usually own both systems for every console generation up until this point. I just think that even if you didn't care for those games, the fact that all of those games were going to be on Game Pass should excite you, showing that they are really trying to make this the new Netflix of game streaming and gaming. That excites me. It doesn't matter if they get it right first gen. I don't care. The fact that they're going, we're putting lots of money in this, we're going to make sure that it's worth the money. It already, to me, is the worth the money, because there's a ton of games on there right now that I missed the first time through, and it's great to be able to play them. So that actually excited me beyond that. And I like Xbox Live in general over PlayStation Network. Having said that, right now, I think the exclusives probably do lean a little bit towards PlayStation if they come out when they're supposed to come out and there's no long delays and that sort of thing. You can't really hate on that. They started this last generation. They did a great job establishing some new IPs and some really cool things that people dig. And of course, they had The Last of Us and all the other things. So they have a great place to start off. They have a good start off point, but there's still a bunch of stuff that Microsoft can do this generation. Because you got to remember, going into like this past generation, the Xbox 360 was just plain doing work. And then when it came to the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, everything kind of changed. So I believe that it's just the beginning. I just see the potential, much in the same way that I got excited the very first time Amazon released information about the Echo. It wasn't about what it was. I got hyped on what it could be. And now it is what I imagined it would be. Previous, it was just something that would answer one or two questions or whatever, but now it does everything. But I saw that because I could tell, like, it wasn't about the hardware updating, it was about the cloud updating, and I just saw the potential, and I see that here.
Okay, yeah. I was a little hard on you on Game Pass on Twitter in the private Twitter conversation, but you're right. It is probably a pretty good deal if you're getting all those games. And you corrected me, kind of like, if you're getting any of these things and you want to play online, it's a $10 a month subscription or $5, whatever. But then like Game Pass, you bundle it together, and it's what, like $15 a month if you bundle it together. I'm
If you pay for it monthly, but there are so many deals out there to get it for less than that it's like you should almost never do that. Like you should not ever have to do that, but you can.
There's I don't know how anyone pays. Like I have PlayStation Plus, which is like the equivalent, almost like the equivalent of Xbox Live, and it is like at least like 4 times a year. There's like, hey, PlayStation Plus is $40. You buy these in like yearly memberships. Usually it's like, it's $40. It's $40. And every time it's $40, I'm like, pick it up.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay the full price. That Game Pass could be a really enticing thing to get people over to Xbox if they really discover that value there. Now, the thing that scares me about Game Pass a little bit is I feel like this is a strategy you make when you are in second place. If you're in first place, you're enjoying the fruits of all those sales. You kind of have people where you want them. You're going to keep the, model that makes you the more money. So, and I found that out to be kind of true last generation when it was PS3 versus 360. When PlayStation 3 came out with its network subscription to play online, they were the ones who were like, and besides playing online, you also get 2 free games every month. And that was called PlayStation Plus. You would get free games, and they were giving away some like really nice titles. It was almost like a too good to be true kind of deal when PlayStation Plus came out. It's kind of scaled back since then, since they've had success. The titles sometimes aren't as impressive, but overall, it's still a really great service. But that's when they were kind of in that second, they were kind of playing second fiddle to 360. Now, with this generation, Xbox One is in that second place, clearly. The PS4 outsells it about 2-1. And they came up with this Game Pass thing kind of later in the generation. It wasn't something they launched with. It was something that kind of happened mid-cycle here. And it is a good sales strategy. You get people subscribing to that service. And it sounds like a good value, but it's also a nice little lock-in because once you stop paying for this service, you kind of lose all the games that you kind of got for free. So it's a nice way to kind of keep you on Xbox. The thing I worry about for this, and who knows if this happens, this is just what usually happens when you become kind of dominant in a space. You entice people with this $15 strategy. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays off. It's going to be, no matter what, this is going to be a very interesting fight where I kind of think the PS4 and Xbox One generation was decided very early on that get a PS4 kind of thing. If Xbox becomes dominant this generation, the thing that would concern me about Game Pass, and I'm just kind of trying to play devil's advocate, is now they have you. And they could raise that price to something a little bit more substantial, like $20 a month or $25 a month, to where then it's like, okay, how good of a deal is it? And how much more money can they make off of me? It's kind of like the Netflix thing. Netflix has been like raising their prices at a pretty constant basis now. The new services always launch really cheap. Disney Plus is like $6.99. Apple TV, they gave it for free, but it's like $5. Netflix is getting up there. If you pay for like the 4K plan, is getting like $15-$16 a month ratio, where before it was like $10 for that premium plan. They're kind of slowly inching up the price. So that's something I would be wary of with Xbox. Again, this is hypothetical. Who knows what they do? Who knows what the future of all this stuff is? But that is a downfall for that kind of subscription service that I see, is that you really technically don't own the games. You the minute that subscription ends, it's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, and much like Netflix and the others, games come and games go. I believe that the first party stuff will just stay there. I mean, there's no reason for it not to. But yeah, the other games come in for a couple months and then leave. But I think that's a good thing. I mean, obviously, after you've done playing a game, you probably want to play something else. And also it encourages you to buy the game fully, and you usually get a discount. I like the idea of streaming gaming in the future. That way you don't have to worry about the hardware as much. Of course, you have to figure out a pricing structure that makes sense. Like a subscription makes sense, but it doesn't necessarily make sense for the publishers. But buying a $60 game and playing it for 15-20 hours, I don't see how that can continue. I mean, it's too much for too little.
I mean, it's been a business model that's been here for quite a while, though. I mean, even if you go back in time, there were times where going back, and if you count for inflation, these games would cost even more, but there would be like $70 games back in the day. And if you adjust that for inflation, I'm sure that'd be like at least $100 a title. So I don't know. There's also talk if game prices are going to increase this year. We have some studios saying conflicting things. I think Ubisoft said they want to keep it at 60, but I've seen some rumblings that we might go to $70 games this generation.
No, thank you.
In development, to develop these modern AAA game titles, it is very expensive. The technology the technologies that they are putting into these games is really astounding. The development times just get even longer. They have to hire even more talent every year to really pump out these groundbreaking games, and it's an expensive thing. But the game industry does make a lot of money, so it'll. I wonder what the pricing structure will be going forward. That is a good point. We might come to a point where people are just so used to the subscription model that they don't want to buy single titles anymore. So, but going back to game streaming, that's a technology that, again, if it worked perfectly, I guess that would be like something to solve. Man, I just don't know how you do it. It really just looks unobtainable at this point. Obviously, technology advances. What seemed impossible one day quickly becomes reality one day. At this point, though, when you talk about any game streaming service that's starting today, the latency just isn't there. And if you're playing games, I know, at least for me, I can't deal with that latency. It throws me off so much, especially if you're like playing like an online game where every every little bit matters, especially if you're like trying to play, even if you're like even a little bit competitive, it will throw you off. And the internet situation here and from abroad, it's just not ready to kind of handle that. I mean, I'm fortunate to live in an area with really good internet, but that is not the case for a lot of people. And I just cannot see this happening in the next 5 years. But again, technology advances quickly, so maybe 5G will save us. I don't know.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know. I'm hopeful. I mean, I'm a believer in technology, and it always advances and stuff like that. So.
Speaking of technology advancing, what used to be a lost battle between AMD and Intel in Intel's favor has quickly shifted. I actually was watching an Austin Evans video just I think yesterday or whatever, and he was even talking about like how AMD is just so legit now. And anyone who knows anything about what's been going on the last couple of years of AMD, AMD used to be the budget kind of processor you would get when you couldn't afford an Intel. It was like that's what you would buy an AMD for. Now it's almost like the preference. I mean, I have an AMD on this desktop that I'm using, and I'm really enjoying the performance. And they just continually seem to take it to the next level and still keep that price at a decent level. Intel, and of course now they're also going to continue to be the processors for the upcoming game systems, which is more sales for them. They seem to be on a heck of a streak here, and I think we talked a little bit about it before, but it is just something you have to marvel at a company that had been in second place for the longest time, like almost solidified second place. Like you're never going anywhere second place to I don't even know what to say. It actually makes you think, and if you realize like that's actually how a lot of things happen. There's always a disruptor. For example, MySpace used to be the thing. And Facebook was kind of like this jokey secondary thing. Now you don't even know where MySpace is anymore. And then there's Facebook. And then Instagram was there. And then Snapchat kind of pushed it out of the way. And then, now it's TikTok. So there's always like a disruptor to come. And if you're not paying attention and really thinking through what's going on in your industry and continuing to try to evolve, then you will always be in that position and maybe even less. AMD, I mean, I don't even know what I think they changed leadership, right? Is that one of the things that has happened recently?
Yeah, that was a few years back, but I think a lot of this is attributed to they have like some good chip engineers that they hired, but the CEO is Dr. Lisa Su, and whatever sort of leadership she's doing, I mean, she's doing a phenomenal job. That is one kick-ass CEO if I've ever seen one. I think completely turned AMD's fortunes around.
Yeah, the only other CEO of recent nature that I can think of that did that was John Laguerre from T-Mobile, because T-Mobile was a joke when he got there. And they left to the point where at one point Sprint was going to buy T-Mobile. And by the time he left, T-Mobile bought Sprint, which is kind of crazy. So, it is possible for great leadership to take something that's seemingly always going to be the also ran and make them the primary kind of winner in a situation. It's very interesting because a lot of times you just think that fundamentally a company can never overcome that. But really, if they have the right leadership and the determination to spend the money where it needs to be spent rather than just spending money for the sake of spending money, pretty much anything's possible. It's an open kind of situation right now.
It's happened time and time and time again. I mean, look at Apple computers. That was the joke of like, that was the joke. It's like, oh my God, people still use Apple computers. Then Steve Jobs came back and like hit after hit after hit after hit. And they're like top company, or, you know, I'm not sure about the revenues now, but yeah, pretty much top earning company in the world. And, and insane to think about that.
When Amazon first started, it was a joke for the first several years because it never made any money. The first several years made like $0. And it was frequently joked upon. Matter of fact, I saw, this is something I can kind of say now because it's like 15 years ago or 20 years ago. I had worked at a video production house at one point, and I was running off duplicate tapes for Microsoft. And it was for one of their like parties or something. And they had a really cool like edited video that they were I don't know if it was for, I don't know exactly what it was for, but it was edited, it was produced, it was really nice. And in it, they had a fake news report with like one of the actual news reporters at the time making a joke that Amazon would make their first profit like 15 years in ahead. Like it was a joke. It was like in 15 years, Amazon finally will make their first profit. And now Amazon, I can't live without it. I mean, it was just a book, book selling website back then. And now it's like I get my groceries from there now. Everything I've bought in the last couple of months, it's all from Amazon. So, once upon a time, it's someone else, and then just to take a little bit of extra time, and now it's something that you would never be able to live without. And that can happen in an instant. It can start happening today.
It's funny that you mentioned that it was like a Microsoft thing, because Microsoft, in a way, is kind of chasing Amazon in the cloud front because AWS is so dominant. And they're trying to get their Azure stuff ready, kind of to compete against that. And they're both of these companies are constantly competing for contracts. But AWS is a powerhouse on the web. When AWS goes down, like so many websites are just inaccessible because Amazon dominates that space too. But going back to Intel and stuff, man, I don't know what happened. I guess it's just like you said, right? It's the common story of like you're on top, everyone's buying Intel processors, everyone's laughing at your competitor. The competitor is almost only there to make sure that you don't have a monopoly at this point. And I guess you just get lazy. It's just that constant story that you hear time and time again. Train like you're in second place. Never train like you're in first place. Train like you're in second place. Classic Rocky movie. Rocky's all like, I'm the best. I'm the champion. Oh, you gotta train harder. Nah, I'm good. And then Clubber Lang just comes in and him up. So that's what basically happened to Intel here, it looks like, because they are still facing delays. This is what the story is really all about. They have to delay their 7-nanometer chips again, and they're delaying it till 2022. This is one of the reasons why Apple switched away from Intel to their own chips. At one point, Intel was saying that these 7-nanometer chips were supposed to come way earlier, and I believe that's why we saw a lot of these really thin and light MacBooks coming out of Apple, because they thought that Intel was going to have these lower powered chips, more efficient chips ready to go at a sooner pace. And they are still, to this day, delaying those same chips that they basically promised Apple. And I believe that Apple is like already getting ready to do 5-nanometer kind of A series chips, they're not even ready with their 7-nanometer process, and they're like leapfrogging them on another front. Now, I know Renee kind of talks about this sometimes, and he says, like, you kind of have to look a little bit more at the specs of, like, well, Intel's 7-nanometer is equivalent to whatever ARM 5, whatever. I don't know. It's a little above my head, to be honest. Renee's smart. But the main story I have to take away here is Intel's delaying again. AMD is coming out with just they just came out with more processors that, again, you put them against an Intel chip, they are not only cheaper than the Intel chips, they outperform them. So when you're really looking to build a computer, again, Travis talked about this before, AMD was the joke. I remember watching, Linus Tech Tips. I remember watching Jay's 2 Cents. And every time they do an AMD video, they would put like the flames and stuff like that. Like, oh my God, it runs hot. Don't get this, blah, blah, blah. It was a joke. And now they're at a point where it's like, AMD is here. this is what you buy. You get AMD, forget Intel. So I don't know. I was looking at the Intel stock. It went down a whole ton from this announcement. AMD went up, Intel went down 20%. AMD went up 20%. That's all you have. That's all you have to know about this announcement from Intel, that they're delaying it. People are seeing the writing on the wall, and they're trying to get out of it. I even heard that the Intel was talking that maybe it's time to stop making their own chips and let a third party manufacture them and just slap their name on it. Let someone else do it for them. They weren't committed to doing that, but they said it's a possibility. And to even consider that for what is, Intel is a juggernaut with process. That is insane. That is insane thinking.
Yeah. If it'll be interesting to see what happens once Apple Silicon starts to really roll out for desktop and laptop applications, because then they almost become like a third contender, but in their own space, because obviously they're only going to do it for their own devices, unless they decide that part of the business makes sense to expand out. Now, I don't think they will. However, this Apple is doing things that the older Apple that we know has not done. So let's be open-minded and consider if the A series of chip comes out and does do as much work as we think it will.
You know what I could see Apple doing? And I don't think that they'll ever sell their A series chips, just based on how the company is now. Companies change. Maybe new leadership might do this one, like Tim Cook's gone. CEOs don't last forever. Sometimes they retire and stuff like that. But at least right now, I don't see them doing it. They seem to be pretty entwined with their hardware and stuff. They know what kind that integration really works for them and makes them more money. But I wouldn't leave out the possibility of maybe Apple jumping into these cloud. We're talking about AWS and Azure. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money as everything starts moving to cloud. And if they can make their own processors for servers that outperform all these other ones and are lower power consumption, that could be a huge business for them. For Apple, for someone who loves these services and stuff now, why not offer a service with your fantastic chips that I could see that. I could see them making their own servers, and maybe they want to just make their own servers for themselves, right? Like Apple has a lot of cloud stuff now. Maybe even if they don't sell it to other people or let other people rent it, maybe they just do that all in-house to make an even better experience for their own services, like Siri, like Apple TV, Apple Music, all their cloud initiatives.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the future of that. Definitely an exciting time to be in technology, even though things have been so weird in the world this past year. Technology continues to push on. We will soon see the unveiling of the Galaxy Note 20, which you talked about last week. I mean, more of an unveiling. I mean, the thing is leaked all over the place. It's like someone tried to put water in a sieve and here, everybody. And then it's all water's coming out the bottom. But we'll see for sure all the cool things. I saw that Jimmy's Promo released a video a little bit more about the software. I think it was the S Pen does some other things. But again, Fold 2 or go home. I don't, at this point, Fold 2 or go home.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not excited about the Note at all. But Fold 2, every time I see it, I think some actual leaks of it came out, very blurry photo of it. But the renders are pretty much real. It looks like that. And that is going to be one heck of a phone if there's no issues with it, which I don't think there really will be any major issues with it based on some of the more recent stuff they've been putting out. So Fold 2, I'm in for it. I really hope the price is below $2,000 though. But even at $2,000, I think it's a buy for me. Please don't be more than 2,000.
Please don't do that.
My wallet. I got this. This Sony camera supposed to be coming out on Tuesday. The AS7 III. That's basically all. They confirmed it. They say that in the live stream. I'm looking forward to that camera so much, and that sounds like it's going to be $3,000+ investment for me. So and also we heard some rumors. I don't know how trustworthy they are. I got to be honest. There's a lot of people in this Apple community now who are leaking ever since John Prosser. It seems like people are trying to make their name out there doing these leaks. And I got to say, you know, I have nothing against any of these new leakers or anything like that. But they need to have their track record proven first. There's a lot of leaks, but it's all stuff in the future that I can't verify. And someone who, you know, reporters, leakers, whatever you want to call them, they're only as good as their record. So people can say whatever they want. And there's a lot of accounts right now. It's really hard to follow, honestly. But there seems to be some sort of rumblings that there's going to be a new iMac coming out this week. I heard about that. And then the more sketchy thing, the iMac seems pretty good. There's like a reputable, Love to Dream is his name. He's pretty accurate. He said like new products are ready to ship, plural. And then I think he's like leaning towards iMac. But I saw from a sketchier source that it was like Monday iMac. I think it was Tuesday. Tuesday was either the Apple headphones or the HomePod. And then Wednesday, again, Apple headphones or HomePod Mini. So we'll see if that's true. Again, that's a big grain of salt for me. I just got to be honest with you. That seems way too accurate for someone who just popped up. But if they're right, I will come on the next GadgetCast and go, hey, they were right. I think Pedistic has it. iMac tomorrow, AirPod Studio Tuesday, HomePod Mini Wednesday. So you heard it here on GadgetCast. If that is true, you know, John Prosser, if you're watching and, you know, want to descend from the heavens and let us know, that would be a little bit more comforting for me, but we'll see. Hey, but if that's true, it's going to be a jam-packed week next week. I really want to see those Apple headphones. I want to see what those are. We talk a lot about the Soundcore Q10s, which are like $40 pair of headphones. You can get them cheaper, like $35, and they are so good for the price point. I really want to see what Apple can do with premium headphones. It'll be the first time they're making headphones. AirPods Pro have a lot of praise out there. Jeff from El Jefe Reviews likes them a lot. So I really want to see what these headphones do and what they sound like. And I just got to say it, Jeff, if you're in the chat, you got to be reviewing those headphones day one. If not, you come talk. If the price is too much, you come talk to me. We got to work something out. We got to get Jeff those headphones day one, because
100%.
I need to hear his take. I need to know if they're good. I won't know if they're good. Jeff will know if they're good.
Yeah, Greg will actually listen to them and still not know if they're good. But
are these good?
Jeff,
I don't know. Are these good?
Yeah, are these good? I can't tell. All right. Anything else we need to go over? I know we talked before the show. We were like, well, we have some things, but I mean, what else we got? Do we have anything else?
We said it all. We said it all.
I feel like we said it all.
Willie do. We thought about giving you the week off, but you know, I just had to bring you back in for this show. And Willie do you think that we covered it all?
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Willie do.
Thank you, Willie. Appreciate it. We pay him good money for that.
That was $1 million. Oh yeah. Willie do, would you like another million?
Yeah.
Of course.
How about another million, Willie?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Willie, the check's in the mail.
Yeah. There's a lot of assumptions there.
Yeah. You're right about that.
That is true. That is true.
Willie, what are you going to do? Willie, what are you going to do with all your millions now that you are a really rich and successful man?
Space travel.
All right. You heard it, Travis. He's doing space travel.
Well, it makes sense to me. That's what I would do.
He's going to be, Willie Doo's going to be the first man on Mars. Willie Doo, when you're in Mars, how do you think you are going to watch GadgetCast on Mars?
Well, watch it in the shower.
There we go.
Showers work in space.
Willie Doo, just in the shower, enjoying, you know, I listen to stuff. Travis knows this pretty well about me. It's a little disturbing, actually. I listen to a lot of stuff in the shower. I got dedicated shower earbuds and a dedicated shower speaker. So, you know, I listen to. Do you guys listen to GadgetCast in the shower? Let us know. Email, voicemail, Twitter.
Shower gang, baby. Shower gang. Let's hear it.
Hashtag shower gang. Is there anyone out there?
I think it's time for the hashtag shower gang.
Wait a minute. I could not end this show. I am sorry. Something just popped into my mind, and I wanted to talk about this on GadgetCast, and I forgot. We cannot end the show. There is more Willie Do. There is more Willie Do. And Willie Do, you should be very interested in this story. Aliens are real.
Oh, Lord. We don't know
Aliens
that.
are real. There's a New York Times article that came out, and there's a guy there saying that they retrieved off-world vehicles and that the Pentagon's going to start opening up more stuff here. So I don't know if aliens are real. I feel like I'm out of a job because the technology that aliens have are better. How am I going to review alien technology? They're going to come down here with the Glarg Phone 6 and I'm going to be like, whoa, this is so advanced. And they're going to be like,
I'm going to need someone to make the Glarg Phone 6 and tweet it to us this week. Thank you very much.
and that's your
Appreciate
best concept of the Glarg Phone 6.
I do believe there's an absolute possibility that there are aliens, because why would we think otherwise? There's like the space is infinite. We can't even imagine how big it is. There's no reason to not think there isn't. I mean, I just feel like there could be.
I was against aliens. I was like, you guys are delusional. We're the smartest things ever. And what do you think? There's other things here. They'd be here already. Get out of here. And then this story came out, and now I'm questioning everything. I was anti-alien, but now I think I'm 100% there's aliens. So I've turned pretty quickly.
I believe that it's totally possible. Would not surprise me. We'll have to wait and see, I guess, as more stuff becomes allegedly unqualified or whatever, unclassified.
Yes.
Well, what a way to end the show, ladies and gentlemen. As again, Greg, don't forget, I don't have any audio to do
I got
this.
somebody.
All right. So, as always, he's Greg. I'm Travis. This is GadgetCast.
yeah.
You can check us out. And he's Willie Do. Don't forget about Willie Do. We'll see you next week. Peace and love.
Their computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
3, 2, 1, 0, 0. Liftoff. Nice to be in orbit.
Yeah. Space travel.
Oh, that's fun.
That was like the most disappointing. Oh, that's fun. So Travis is like, I can't wait to get out of here.
I'm so tired. I'm just so tired. Today's been a day.
Buddy. And then to get a good night's sleep.
Bro, it's just been a lot of things. Hope everyone's doing well, though. I see everyone's in here doing a big. Me and my brothers on UFO. I believe this. I believe that you could have seen a UFO in a cornfield. I mean, that's where you see them.
CF, hold on. You had a phone if it was years ago. Where's the pics?
Yeah, where are the pics, man?
Need those pics. DM me those pics.
Yeah, I mean, we need to know what's happening. And now we've seen video footage from like jet fighters and stuff.
Yeah.
Which was pretty compelling stuff as well. But I mean, I don't know. Like,
I feel like that could be a fly, like on like their lens or something sometimes.
no, I'm pretty sure they know what a fly on their lens would look like, Greg. I mean, that's the thing. Whenever someone says something, I'm like, you don't think they know what that looks like? You think that this would be the first time you've ever seen like a speck of dust?
If you asked me before, my confidence in like the intelligence of humanity and the people up high in power, I would say yes, of course they know a fly. I've witnessed things over the past couple of years where I'm like, I don't think a lot of people know what they're doing. So,
well, that's true. But we're talking about like fighter jet guys and stuff. Like they're the ones saying this stuff. So I don't know, but I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
Oh, let's see. Are we doing any one question goes? Do you have the energy for it?
I don't think so today, but we will next week when we have memberships, when we probably will let the members come in and do that.
That's true.
That'd be appropriate.
Real quick, Travis has that contest going on, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So here, let me put the link in the chat. So we did that. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get this. YouTube.com/Travis. Okay. So I'm doing this creator thing. You might want to go check it out and vote. You can go watch the videos in the playlist here. I'll post it right here. Go watch this. Vote for your favorite creator. It's a contest I'm doing. Super exciting. It will end next week. Will be good times.
Also, I'm trying to get this young man entered Travis's competition, and I'm trying to get him to 100 subscribers. He's at 75. He only needs 25 more. If you're in the chat, make this guy's day and subscribe to him.
Who is he?
He's gonna be blown away. He got like 10 subscribers and he was like so happy. Make his day. Let's get this guy to 100 subscribers. If you have a heart, if you're watching, you know what? Subscribe to this guy or just don't ever come back together.
But you're not saying who it is. You're just telling who it is.
Link in the chat. Top Tech Geek. Subscribe to Top Tech Geek. He has a really cool header, by the way. Did you see his header? It's like Top Tech Geek, and then there's like glasses and eyes, and it's a really clean aesthetic. I like that header. That's really cool.
He did very well. And I think he's in. I forget where. I think he's here in the U.S. And then there's another kid around his.
Who is it? Damn it! I put the link in the live chat to make it easy.
Yeah, we'll definitely do one question next week for sure. I just got some stuff that I need to get through today. So
whoa! Top Tech Geek has featured channels. MKBHD, Your Average Consumer, Unbox Therapy, Soldier Knows Best. Where's Greg's Gadgets? I feel like I'm,
I feel like none of those other channels have done anything for him.
Yeah, I'm shouting your name. I'm trying to get you there. You might not even be here.
Probably not.
I'm talking to Noah.
He's probably having fun somewhere.
He's probably enjoying his life, and I'm just sitting here getting angry that I'm not.
All right. Well, I got to run. So everyone, I hope you're doing well. I hope we get to see you soon. Thank you so much for dropping by. We appreciate you greatly. I know I do for sure. We'll do it again next week because why not? I mean, why not, right?
Well,
thank you, Tish.
We might be here next week. I don't know.
We will. We don't worry. Greg ain't doing nothing. Greg has nothing to do.
That's true.
Yep. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Peace and love.
Peace and love.